Hello, welcome to NDTV. Now, there is tensions brewing at the Hyderabad campus of a university where tree cutting operation by the government, in fact, has turned into a full-blown protest by the students. Now, there is fight over facts between the university, which is a government, union government-aided university, and the Hyderabad and Telangana government. In fact, the Congress government is pushing for a tech park there, while the university accuses the government of lying. Meanwhile, the opposition has also jumped in the controversy and has hit out at the Telangana government.
మీకు వినబడతలేదా రాహుల్ గాంధీ గారు నేను అడుగుతా ఉన్నా. పర్యావరణ ప్రేమికులు, దేశ స్థాయిలో రాష్ట్ర స్థాయిలో ఉన్నవాళ్ళు, మేధావులు మౌనంగా ఎందుకున్నారని మేము అడుగుతున్నాం, పిల్లలు అడుగుతున్నాం. మీకేం కనబడట్లేదా?
Let's get you details about the crash of a supercar that took place in Noida yesterday. In fact, the Lamborghini crash that took place in Noida sector 94, which has injured two workers, those who were working. They were sitting at the footpath at the time when the speeding Lamborghini, in fact, crashed in them. The reckless driving and then the brazen attitude where the driver asked, has anybody died? But the court, ladies and gentlemen, has granted a bail to the accused driver.
In the Lamborghini accident that took place in Noida sector 94 on Sunday, the accused driver Deepak was presented in court on Monday after undergoing a medical examination.
कितना आदमी मरा पता है? तो क्या?
However, no interrogation has been conducted with the car's owner Mridul so far. The accused Deepak is a resident of Ajmer and is involved in the automobile business. He wanted to purchase the Lamborghini. According to his father, Deepak made a video call before the accident informing him that there was a technical issue with the car.
एक्सीडेंट होने से पहले बेटे का 1 मिनट पहले मेरे पास कॉल आया. उसने मेरे को वीडियो कॉल करके देखा, पापा देखो गाड़ी में टेक्निकल कोई फॉल्ट आ रहा है. देखिए सभी ड्राइवर अच्छे एक्सीडेंट से पहले कहा कि टेक्निकल फॉल्ट आ गया गाड़ी के अंदर.
According to sources, Mridul had given his Lamborghini to a luxury car showroom named Fusion for sale. Deepak had paid over 1 crore for the car, but it had not been transferred in his name yet. Mridul will not be interrogated as the police believe this is an accident case and the accused has already been arrested. Many such accidents have been reported in India. According to the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, India witnessed 4,80,000 road accidents and 1,80,000 deaths in 2023. In 2024 alone, 3 major accidents involving luxury cars were reported from metro cities. On May 19, an overspeeding Porsche killed 2 IT professionals on a bike in Pune. 2 days earlier, on May 17, a speeding BMW car rammed into an e-rickshaw in Noida, leaving 2 dead. On 26th May, another city in UP saw another fatal accident with an Audi car hitting a 64-year-old man, killing him on the spot. Initially, the FIR was registered against an unknown accused. However, after concerns were raised, the police later clarified that Deepak's name has been added. Officials confirmed his arrest and the vehicle has been seized.
तुरंत ही ड्राइवर और गाड़ी को गिरफ्तार कर लिया. गाड़ी जब्त करके थाने में खड़ी है. इन पर मुकदमा भी लिख दिया गया है और आगे कार्रवाई की जा रही है. तेज गति से गाड़ी चला दी तभी उनको चोट लग गई. यही घटना है.
Following this, he was taken for a medical exam and presented in Surajpuri court. The police are continuing their investigation.
The key question that remains here is whether there was actually a technical fault in the car or if the accident was caused due to Deepak's negligence. The truth will be uncovered when the investigation is completed. With camera person Rakesh, this is Anushka Garg for NDTV.
3 terrorists reportedly trapped in a cordoned area in Katwa, Jammu. In fact, now the encounter has once again started there. Police and security forces have launched a major operation in the area. This is the second gun battle in the last 3 days in Katwa. 4 policemen and 2 terrorists were killed in the same area. Nazir Masoodi, my colleague, joins him with more details on this at this moment. Nazir, this is a very complicated ongoing operation. How many terrorists are believed to be trapped now?
Well, what reports suggest at least 3 terrorists could be trapped in this operation and in this cordon, and heavy firing has started in the Panitarni Jathana area of Kutwa. And Kutwa is turning out to be a very complex militant problem. They easily infiltrate from international border, engage in encounters, and if we say this is an operation which is going on for last over 10 days, and this is essentially a third gun battle. But in the last 3 days, second major gun battle. 3 days back, 4 policemen were killed in action, 2 militants were killed in the retaliatory firing, and it took almost 2 days, more than 2 days, for the policemen to retrieve the bodies of fallen heroes, fallen policemen, and 5 other policemen were injured, including an officer. So now 2 militants appear, those who may have escaped from the earlier encounter, they have been trapped. Yes, it is night time, so nothing much can be said, but clearly it shows the security situation in Kutwa, in Jammu region, appears to be very challenging. And what we hear from that Home Minister Amit Shah may be visiting Jammu next week to review the security situation. He may also visit some forward areas at the international border, because Jammu is turning out to be one of the biggest security challenges in Jammu and Kashmir, and since the law and order is under the direct control of Home Ministry, so Home Minister Amit Shah is likely to visit here to review the security situation in the wake of these incidents.
Welcome back. Now, the language wars are only escalating after Tamil Nadu. Maharashtra is also, in fact, speaking about the language clashes. MNS chief Raj Thackeray has now dipped into this controversy. He has said that Maharashtra should take a lesson from southern states. Meanwhile, the Tamil Nadu government has dug in their heels on the language policy as the DMK sticks to 2-language policy in the state.
The language battle from Tamil Nadu finding a resonance in Maharashtra. MNS chief Raj Thackeray says the state ought to learn lessons from the south on opposing the NEP's 3-language policy is in the imposition. Recently, MK Stalin had claimed that 25 native Indian languages, including Marathi, had suffered because several states adopted Hindi.
बाकीच्या राज्यांमध्ये बघा, तामिळनाडू बघा, तामिळनाडूमध्ये हिंदी आणतायत, नाही म्हणून त्यांनी सांगितलं येऊ देणार नाही. केरळामध्ये येऊ देणार नाही. आम्हीच लोटांगण घालतोय. आम्हाला समजत नाही आम्ही काय करायचंय.
However, Madhya Pradesh, another BJP-ruled state, plans to offer additional optional languages including Bengali, Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, Gujarati and Punjabi in colleges. While it's an ambitious announcement, there's no word on faculty recruitment or on minimum enrollment required to roll this out.
जोड़ने का काम करेगी, तोड़ने का नहीं। और मध्य प्रदेश ने निर्णय लिया है कि हम अलग-अलग विश्वविद्यालयों में अपने देश की जो भारतीय भाषाएं अलग-अलग राज्यों में जो बोली जाती वहाँ के लोगों की वो अपनी मातृभाषा है, उनको भी हम हमारे विद्यार्थियों का देने का काम करेंगे। और मध्य प्रदेश से एक आवाज जाएगी, सारी भारतीय भाषाएं हमारी अपनी भाषा है, हमारी अपनी राष्ट्रीय भाषा है।
तमिलनाडु पोराडुम, तमिलनाडु वेल्लुम।
Demanding release of funds the centre has withheld for not accepting NEP, the ruling DMK in Tamil Nadu continued its offensive.
The education system is in Tamil Nadu is the number 1 in the whole of India. But they want to kill that. They want to introduce Vedic system of education and kill Macaulay system of education. They want the people of India to remain as Shudras. They want them to follow Manu Dharma. They want that the education should be Vedic system without any scientific base.
Education comes under the concurrent list, and the centre is required to take the states on board. But with the country speaking in different voices over alleged Hindi imposition, the big question is the infrastructure ready for the big language push, and are students caught in this language war? In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find TV.
Now, after being stuck on the International Space Station for much longer than it was anticipated, the first time Sunita Williams and Bush Wilmore have spoken, both the astronauts have spoken to media. They have given an interview to Fox News in the United States. Sunita Williams has spoken on the extended space mission and whether NASA or Boeing, who is to blame for the fiasco. Sunita Williams' first reaction after returning to Earth.
I asked our viewers for questions, and we got a lot.
All right.
Other than food and hygiene, I think the number one question, hair. There were a lot of those in there too. That's right. Son, you got some great
no games
shots.
with his hair.
Nicely done. I think the question that came back the most was this. When you found out you were not coming home, what was your first thought?
You know, my first thought was we just got to pivot, right? So if this was the destiny, if our spacecraft was going to go home based on decisions made here and we were going to be up there till February, I was like, okay, let's make the best of it. You know, we, like Butch mentioned, we planned, we trained that we'd be there for some part of a time. So we were ready to just jump into it and take on the tasks that were given to us. So actually, I'll tell you, deep inside, I was a little excited because I love living in space. I love everything about it up there. I love seeing how the space station had changed since I was there last. It's rocking. It's moving. There's so many science experiments that are going on up there, and just, you know, honored to be a little part of it. You know, we hadn't trained for every specific science experiment, but it was like, can I be your lab tech? You know, what can I do to help out? That was Crew 8, and we had a lot of people at the time up there, and it was just like, what can we do to help? Because this is a little bit bigger than ourselves.
Yeah,
we knew it would be a little bit later.
I want to get into that.
Yeah.
Yep. What was your first thought?
Honestly, Bill, it's not about me. It's not about my feelings. It's about what this human spaceflight program is about. It's our national goals. And I have to wrap my mind around what does our nation need out of me right now. That's going back to, you know, when we're in the fleet and we're, you know, operating from the pointy end of the spear. We're an instrument of our nation, of our national goals. And did I think about not being there for my daughter's high school year? Of course.
All right, that's all the time that we have in this edition. News and updates will continue here on NDTV. Thank you so much for being with us.